So we weren't really planning this video, but we went into telcel today because our American carrier T-Mobile has been sending us messages like, we've been a long time in Mexico and they're going to cut us off. So we figured that we would just go into telcel and get a Mexican number. So we did that today, and it was kind of a long process.
Long process.
Yeah, we were there for well over an hour. It started out that we went in there and they talked to us about the different plans. We selected a plan.
Well, first of all, let's go back a little bit, okay?
Okay.
So when we were going to go ahead and set up a contract, they said it wouldn't be a problem. So we sat down with one of the representatives there, and then they were asking like residency or something like that, remember?
Yeah.
And we said we had our temporal, what do you call it? How do you say it?
Temporal residency, or residency temporal,
yeah.
I forget.
So we told them that we had that, and we pulled out our green card to show them, and then we sat down and we were talking to them, and then it was like, then they wanted our passport, and we said, we don't have our passport, it's at home. So, what do you think of my hair, by the way? I just got it done.
Someone's got attention deficit disorder here.
Anyhow, so I do. I'm like way all over the place, but you never see that on the videos, but it's true. I'm like that. So anyhow, so then they wanted the passport, and I said the passport's at home, and then they had to make a phone call, and anyhow, so all in all, we picked a plan that was going to be 499 pesos.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they told us that we had to pay 1 month's deposit. Okay. So we said, okay, fine. And then they're doing the contract and all this stuff. And then it was 2 months deposit because they said they were going to have to do a credit background. But because I used my credit card that's from the United States, they can't check my credit.
Right, and they have no way to check it by social security number either. So it was basically like, while we have a great credit history in the United States, we have no credit history here. In a way, I almost felt like I was applying for my first loan ever.
It was interesting. So the guy starts to do the contract, and then they realize that it's not going to be 499 pesos a month. Now it's going to be 549 pesos a month. With the 2 months deposit, but one of those deposits you can use towards your payment, okay, towards one of our month's payment, and then the other 549 pesos stays in our account until we cancel our account.
Right.
Okay, and that's fine, whatever.
Fine, yeah.
But it was just kind of a whole crazy process, wasn't it?
It was, and then with each new issue, I mean, that it could be overcome, of course, with adding just a few more pesos, for us to pay off, which was fine. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money. 50 pesos is roughly $2.50.
But it was just the whole process was just kind of crazy. I mean, I think it took over an hour.
Yeah, it was
really
probably closer to an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas in the States, you would go into like a T-Mobile store or one of those other stores, and you'd be in and out in 20 minutes probably.
Yeah. So then I asked the gal that was helping us. There was a guy that was helping us at the desk, but there was another gal that spoke some English, and I asked her. I said, okay, let's just say hypothetically, okay, because we don't have the credit here in Mexico. So let's just say hypothetically, we had a house. Mark and I bought a house. Would we have credit then? And she said, not unless you were financing it. If you paid cash for it, then you still have no credit in Mexico.
Right. And it's just like the United States. If you pay cash for a house there, it doesn't count as credit. But
yeah.
Mexico, is a largely cash-driven society, and home loans aren't really that popular here yet, for whatever reason.
Well, I think they're high interest too, if you do get them.
Very high interest if you can get them, yeah.
I don't know what the high interest is, but I hear it's high. So
anyway.
Most people usually, if they're going to buy a house, they usually pay cash. They usually transfer the money and do it that way. and have an attorney handle it or whatever, but now we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah.
But I do
So-
that a lot too, because I think I'm kind of ADD and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother video we could
Yeah,
we could
isn't
do
it?
on me alone. Like I tell Mark, I've got to go ahead and do this, and then so then I get sidetracked, but he doesn't know it, and he goes, "Oh, did you take care of that?" I'm like, "Oh no, I forgot. I'm doing
Yeah.
this now." So I do that all the time.
In the meantime, she's moved on to 4 other things.
I
And
do.
now, the 4 other things she's moved on to, the last 3 of them are still in various stages of incomplete because she's
Yeah.
seen something else and it moves
I
on to
do that, and I want to ask you guys, okay? And be honest and leave a comment down below. Do you ever, like when you're cleaning house, because this is a thing of mine, all right? And I want to know if there's other people out there like me. Do you like start in one room and then you clean it and then you find something that goes into the other room, so then you go into the other room to put that there, and then you start like working in that room, and then you find something that goes into yet another room like the kitchen, so you take it into the kitchen and then you get sidetracked? Do you do that, or is it just me? I
So-
want to know that, because I never complete a task
Yeah.
because I'm doing,
Well, it's like a daisy chain of incomplete stuff that she's gone
do.
through. So all I have to do is start at the first place you started and then keep moving on, because it'll be evident,
yeah.
where she's
So
working
like
on
when
next.
Mark and I, like when we were cleaning out the garage, for example, when we were moving, you know, like he's pretty focused and I'm not. Like I'll be cleaning the garage and I'll see something, oh, well, how did that get out here? That needs to go into the
Yeah.
kitchen. So then I go into the kitchen and then I get kind of sidetracked, and then
I don't see her for the longest time
Yeah.
until I go in there to see what she's doing.
and he's
try to
like,
drink
what
a
are you
wine or
doing? I thought
something.
we were out in the garage. I'm like, well, yeah, but then I saw this and I was taking care of that. And he's like, focus, Martinez, focus.
Focus.
And he's really good about keeping me in line, focusing. Otherwise, I don't know, I think
Yeah.
I am ADD or something.
So what you're seeing right now is a prime example of this, because we completely strayed from the getting mobile
Right.
telcel.
Right.
Uh,
So getting back to T-Mobile, so we ended up paying,
Not T-Mobile,
I mean,
telcel.
Telcel, sorry, we have
Telcel.
T-Mobile right now that I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
cancel. See how that all works
Mhm.
out. But getting back to Telcel, so we each, in order to get 2 separate numbers, we had to do two separate contracts.
Yeah,
Okay, otherwise you only get 1 number.
yeah.
So, anyhow, it was just real interesting. So we had to do 2 separate contracts. So we set it up that way. And then, what was the other thing? They said because you didn't buy a phone from us, because normally, like, you know how you do, like in the States, like that 2-year contract thing, you buy a phone.
They give
and-
you a phone. or
Right, and
whatever,
then you
yeah.
got that 2-year contract that you signed up with. Because we didn't do that, we had our phones already. They said, so you'll be like month to month, and you could cancel at any time. And as we're going on, then they said, remember it was like that 8-month thing? Like,
Yeah, it was eight months because of the number of factors. We didn't have a credit history. We had to sign up specifically for a plan for we have to pay on this plan for 8 months. And
Yeah.
at that point, we can either raise or lower like our data, because unlimited data here is pretty much unheard of. And so, we have our plan that we just paid for 8 months. The issue is that if you go over your data,
well, we didn't pay 8 months up front.
no.
Okay.
But the issue is if you go over your data, then you can't just refill it. You have to wait till the end of the month before you get your data plan back based on this plan. It might have been different if we'd gone to an OXXO or something like that.
Yeah,
sort of
but then the
pay as you go.
OXXO, you get less.
You get less data,
data.
For the money, and you have to pay. It winds up probably actually maybe even being more
Maybe.
if you continue to pay. But I think we got a plan that's good enough, that allows us enough data to.
We got like what, 10,000? that what it was?
Yeah, it was 10 gigs each.
10 gigs each.
Right.
I don't know, I just get that wrong.
So.
Okay, so yeah, so we think that will be fine
Mhm.
with that. But anyhow, and then we can go there and we can pay. They won't take the payment out of the card, even though we had to pay that for the 2 months, like deposit.
Yeah.
But we can go into the store and make a payment. She said anywhere between the 1st and the 15th or something, yeah. So something like that.
Yeah.
So, So that was our experience today, and it was just crazy because it just kept changing. You know, like
Yeah.
the guy that was helping us, he couldn't speak any English. We couldn't really understand Spanish all that well,
we didn't
so
have enough
she had to
Spanish.
keep coming over, and then it was like, oh, well, now there's another problem. And so that must have happened like 4 times, huh?
Yeah, with each new problem, it wasn't a deal breaker, like I said. It could be overcome with just a few more pesos.
Yeah.
Which, you know, in the end, it was fine. I think we're happy with the
Yeah,
plan we
because
got.
the plan that we have, that we signed up for with T-Mobile before we left was $70 a month, because like we got like the senior discount.
That's combined.
Combined, unlimited, right? It was
Yeah.
unlimited. And so we signed up for that one because it said that you could go ahead and make calls or whatever, use it when you're in Mexico.
Or anywhere for an unlimited period of time.
Right.
However, we discovered that's not really the case.
Right.
They called us.
They lied to us.
Yeah, they sent us a text message and said, well, you guys are super travelers. We don't account for that, so, you know, we're going to cut you off pretty soon.
Yeah.
Unless you return to the United States. And currently we have no plan, other than a family reunion in August. We have no real plan to return to the United States other than that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So.
And then there was some other things too. We had to supply 2 references because we didn't have credit.
We had to give 2 references here in Mexico.
With Mexican phone numbers.
With Mexican phone numbers. So we gave our landlords and we gave the person Rosie's number.
Yeah, that's been, this assisted us with our immigration process. Yeah.
So we gave her number and we gave our landlord's number. But I don't know, it was like, I don't think we'll ever establish credit in Mexico from what it sounds like, because we had to have like a Mexican credit card.
Yeah, and
we don't.
Truthfully, our credit, other than this, our credit cards have worked just fine here at every other place that accepts a credit card.
But, you know, like Mark says, it's a journey, and it's always something that we stumble across, and that's what we do. We bring you our adventure in Mexico on what's happening and what the process is, and maybe it's different for other people. I don't know, leave your comments below and let us know, but that was our experience today at telcel.
For some people it would be frustrating. For us, it's just another part of the adventure.
Yeah,
you know.
It was just another part of the adventure, and you know, we got it. We got our Mexican number now, so we're happy with that, and you know, it all works out really well.
Yeah.
So now I just have to deal with T-Mobile because they just billed us like 2 days ago to see if they'll credit me back, or if I have to eat that $70 for the whole month. I'm not real sure how that's going to work out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but this ended up costing us basically about $28 a month.
Yeah, roughly about $28.
So that's still saving us from what the T-Mobile was costing us in the United States. And we couldn't even use our phone to dial out. I mean, even though you're supposed to dial the code for, you know, out of state and stuff like that, it still never worked. It never worked well. We had to use our Magic Jack, which is a separate number that we've had for several years when we were traveling. But we had to use that, and then that's kind of sketchy sometimes with the internet.
Depending on the strength of your Wi-Fi connection.
So it's just been kind of frustrating. So I'm really hoping with this T-Mobile contract that we signed now that
telcel.
I mean, telcel, that it'll be better service on dialing out to the States. That's what I'm banking
we'll see, because we're supposed to get unlimited calling to anywhere in North America on this plan. So
we'll let you know how it turns out. But that's our update on switching to telcel in Mexico, getting our lines, how it all worked out for us today. So, and thank you for subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate that.
For those of you who bothered to listen all the way to or watch all the way to the end of this video and didn't mind being sidetracked here and there and stuff, we especially thank you.
And
of course,
what do you think of my hair? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I kept the length. I took about 2 inches off, and took 2 inches off, and then I just got it relayered. So I wasn't ready to part with the length yet.
Yeah. Again, this is a case of Martinez attention deficit disorder.
Yeah, it is.
So.
All right. Well, see ya.
Anyway, yeah, as all the young kids say, peace out. See you in the next video.
Yep. Adios.
If you like what we're doing, please subscribe and
Click the bell and you'll be notified every time that we put out a new video.